out cause they killed my nigga. Don't a day go by, I don't miss my niggas. I never forget my dogs, we done been through it all. I damn near lost my mind when I got that.
What up? This your boy Ron Baker, and I'm back. Had to give a more formal sign off. And this sign off is not for like a debate or nothing like that. It's to really put things in perspective, man. On the sign off side. The purpose of this show is to bring recognition to Akron area sports, to the greatness of people in Akron, period. It's a lot of people that don't play sports or didn't play sports, man, that's doing a lot of great things for the community, man. Or maybe they did. And it's just now basketball season and we talking about this. So, putting it in perspective, it's all trash talk. And what I'm seeing and what I'm noticing is the cats that can, the correlation is there. The cats that play, that can hoop and talk at the same time, those is the cats on the show was pretty much doing it. The cats that's, you know, that we call top 100 or whatever, they're humble. They're not, even cats we haven't named yet, it's not saying nothing. And I don't think people really understand, man. I don't really think people understand how important this show is. We've been talking about this over 20-something years, man. And I keep having to say this because it's crazy because it keep getting out of hand. I mean, it just keep getting out of hand. We've been talking this for over 20-something years, man. It just so happened that Ron Baker just said, you know what? Let's talk about it. I've seen my time, and I'm glad I caught it. So with that being said, if you didn't put in no work, man, you didn't put in no work. And again, we talking about high school. High school, what you did in high school, man. Just like I put in perspective the fact that we had a list and I didn't have LeBron James. We didn't put LeBron James on the list. And it's going to take me to my next point. What if somebody across the seas or down south, not just Akron or California, what if somebody seen that and was like, damn, either talking about top Akron City Series basketball players from Akron, he say LeBron James, either he's high, crazy, or drunk, or LeBron wasn't good. So putting that in perspective, I don't want that on me. So we adding them in. And that's putting it in perspective. We are being watched everywhere, Akron. Believe it or not, we are being watched everywhere. So even while we debating, and it was the first time we really did that type of forum where I was interacting with the people that was chiming in, and I see right now, not a good idea. All this is crash course. All this is on the fly. Inside the studio, F-bombs, the N-word, even some music that I'll be playing, that's Akron. I'm trying to really censor that because I don't want nobody getting a bad impression of Akron. And that's the whole concept of the show, is to give him recognition to, they know about LeBron James already. They don't know about the Ryan Martins, the D'Angelo Jones, the Thaddeus Mayweathers. They don't know that it's talent here. Guess what, man? I talked to the coach. Colleges don't even want to come here to recruit, guys. They don't want to come here to recruit. Why? Because they say it's hard to keep our kids from coming back home on the block. Now let's think about that for a minute, because putting things in perspective, I just said they're watching us everywhere. They watching how we act. They watching how we interact with each other. They watching how we talk about our basketball. They watching everything. And I'm sitting here telling you that the perspective of people that's watching this show is crazy. It's crazy because you never know who's watching. You never know who's watching, man. You never know who's watching. I talked to Tarver, man. I talked to Tarver, and Tarver was like, yeah, the professionalism. Professionalism. Professionalism, professionalism. Now, what's cool, trash talking back and forth, that's cool. But the bigger picture is shining the light on our athletics. How many kids, when you go to the what's the OP or the old OP or to the transit center, or how many kids you see that I thought you was somewhere and they ain't there? We got to change that, man. We got to change it. Today I talked to my father, man, Ronald Sr. And he said something to me, man. It touched me, because me and my dad ain't really close. I love him because he's my dad. You know, but you know, as through the years went on, we've been trying to get things together. And he told me, he said, man, when you make it, because you're going to be successful, just love me. And it's crazy because the fathers of Akron that's watching this show are great fathers. But in all the hoopla, we forget that kids could be watching. Ladies can be watching. So let's watch how we interact with each other, man. Now, it's going to be air out times. It's going to be times where somebody say something and we know that's not to be real. And that's good. That's good podcast. That's good talk show and everything. I swear it is. But N-words, F-bombs, we got to stop that. And it's going to start here at the studio. It's going to start right here, because it's a lot of things that you right here in the background and may look like it's out of order or whatever.
I'm sorry.
It will stop here. It will stop. And my mind is really gone right now, because I'm thinking about so much stuff, and I'm thinking about the couple of tweets the couple of messages on Twitter that I got. People is looking at us, man. Romeo Travis and Drew Joyce is all the way across the world looking at us. They watching how we talk. They're watching how we talk about them. And some of these cats that's still getting checks or whatever, we want them to come home, man. We want them to feel something about they can come home and help. Then LeBron do what he got to do, but it's other people outside of LeBron, man, that's looking at this show. And we just got to change it. We got to change it, man. We got to change it. Stop being so prideful. That's why I try to be transparent on the show. And I try to, cause this is a platform, man. This is a platform to show people how to really, really be. That's why I was saying to Danny, I apologize for our quarrel, man, for my part that I had in it. And it was a misunderstanding, but I apologize for that. That's to show them how we know how to be, man. We can be civil. We can debate civilly in a civilized manner. And all this done for me is, man, has opened my eyes to a lot of things, man, that I probably really, man, I have lost friends over this. They might not know it or whatever, but I have lost friends over this because I see and I hear things. And it's what the Tarver was talking about, man. It's just entirely too much hate. When I'm going here and I'm going there and I'm talking to these people, I want you to see nothing but love, man. Nothing but love. It's too small for all this hate. I don't mean to be sitting here on the pedestal or whatever, but this was on my mind, man. This was on my mind because I'm not gonna let. Just like I said, I'm not going to let another travesty happen. I'm not going to let this platform go to the shitter. Because people's attitudes or whatever. We got a great platform here, man. And it's recognizing everybody, dog. Everybody. If you get mentioned, and again, I'm tired. I don't want to harp on it, but I'm going to harp on it as much as I need to until we get the bigger picture, man. And it's not just going to be basketball. Believe it or not, I'm trying to get MCs on here. I'm trying to get rappers on here. I've tried to get the ladies on here. So it's not just one. And eventually we're going to grow into it. We'll grow into it. But I just want everybody to know, man, the greatness of Akron. Man, my family is in Cleveland. When I talk about Akron to them, they say, Ron, how can you stay there? It's horrible. And I'm like, what? Akron is not horrible, man. Cost of living is good. Everywhere you can go on any side of town, 5 to 10 minutes. And if you grow up here, you know everybody that's love. Even if you're doing something wrong, man, they'll try to stand up for you. The Tarver said it. And I'm going to say his name, man, because this ain't about the show right now. I'm just using the show as a platform. Coach Sims. Tarver said the Coach Sims was the only one trying to pull for him, man. He had cops there and the mayor there. That's what it's all about, man. Coaches that care, people that care, man, that genuinely care. I asked a question Sunday night. How come royalty can't come on? And I answered it. I know why. I see why. Them cats should be celebrated. But instead, they've been hated since they was 14, 15 years old. You go to the Bookto games or you go to a Kenmore game versus North, the stands is empty. It's empty, dog. Stands was never empty. Even when I went to Kenmore, the stands was never empty. We have to change that. And I'm paying homage to everybody before. Man, we have sit over here and we have named at least 150 players, at least all together. And not one time has Ron Baker's name ever been brought up in the top 100 mentionable anything. Because I don't deserve it. It means that much to me. It means that much to me. Our kids need to know. And I'm just going to leave it at that, man. Because, like I said, I talked to my dad. I'm getting kind of emotional right now. Because I love this. I found what I want to do. Besides getting better basketball academy. Right here. Podcasts about sports. It could be about anything. It could be about sports. It could be about track. It could be about on the professional level. I love it and I watch it all. I love it all. I love sports. But here in Akron, man, it's nothing like Akron. I've been to a lot of places, man. I've been to a lot of places. Some others might have gone more places than me, but I've been to a lot of places. We have influence on a lot of people, dog. On a lot of people. And we gotta be great again, man. We gotta be great again. We gotta be great. It's starting though. It's starting. So, not like on a Jerry Springer final word or nothing like that, but let's just debate right. Let's act right. Let's support each other. Let's act right. That's funny. And let's support each other, man. Let's support each other as much as you can. I know competition is competition because I'm in competition with a cat or two. And I love it. I love it. I love it. And we still gonna tackle this thing, man. We got until we got some time. And we gonna get off into football. But before getting off into the sports of it, man, but not getting off into the sports of it, man. Just take what I said, man. Take what I said in consideration, man. And let's make Akron better, man. Let's make Akron better. The criteria to get in the top 100, man, is not gonna be it's not gonna get no easier. So cats that's in your feelings right now, you better learn how to pay homage. Because one thing for sure, two things for certain, April, June is coming around. And I'm going to be one of them cats that's not going to have no understanding why some cats ain't out there. Because we're going to go back to the tape. But until tomorrow, man. Till tomorrow. Shout out to VC doing my work. Chris Dennis, 25th anniversary. King of the Court. Dario, Young Reed, Guap Gang Radio, Dave's Diner. Shout out to them. Getting better basketball, man. And I just want to do a proper sign off because I kind of signed off a little illy. But I'm going to get better, man. If you heard T Park, kids at home, it's about getting better. Getting better. And I'm going to get better. I'm not going to lie because I'm transparent. I was discouraged. But guess what? I felt a little discouraged, but I'm not about to let nobody snatch this away from us. I'm not going to do it. I love Akron. I love you. I love the hoop. I love the history. I love Akron football, Akron track. I love it all, man. I love it all. And there's no reason why when we get into the third and fourth round of the sectional, man or woman, boy or girl, that we don't have teams still rolling around, man. Teams still fighting for it. As much athletic ability that come through here, as much talent as that come through here. I'm proud to say I played in that tough era, man. I'm proud to say it. Even though Ron Baker top 100, no. But I'm proud. And you should be too.